A very good and happy Wednesday morning and hump day to everyone out there. Meteorologist Leonard Hampton here with you to bring you your latest weather and forecast, courtesy of our friends at On Target. Got a cold front that's making its way through here early this morning. This is going to continue with that eastward trajectory. You can see the bulk of the cloud cover has moved out of here, but we are going to be looking at winds turning out of the north and west for a brief period throughout this morning before slowly turning back out of the south here as we work into this afternoon. Going to be keeping our temperatures well above average for this time of year. Going to be calm and settled today. We're going to be flipping the script, however, as we work into the Thursday and Friday time frame with the opportunity of strong and severe storm chances on the horizon. We'll be jumping into more of that here in just a few minutes. Looking over the WRUS sky cam down in Russellville to kick things off. Let's get a busy start there. Looking north over 431. Crystal clear skies out there with the stars shining brightly, and a very similar scenario unfolding. Overlooking our WPBM camera, overlooking Barren River Lake. Bright stars out there, not a cloud in the sky. Gonna have sunshine went out for the majority of today. That is the anticipation with those light southerly winds taking over by this afternoon. We are going to warm up nicely, and we'll want to warm up after where we're starting early this morning. Got readings anywhere between the low and mid 30s region wide. We're just above freezing up in the flats of Woodbury, right off of 403 up in Butler County, near 38 degrees here in Warren County, and right along the Tennessee line. We've already got readings between the low and mid 40s out there early on this Wednesday. All right, so let's jump over here and let's talk about what's going to be unfolding in regards to the latest with our next sensible weather impacts that'll be arriving in the form of a very complicated, complex weather maker. Here we are working throughout today. All is going to be quiet and calm. We roll into our Thursday. Keep your eyes right here off to the west with this deepening area of low pressure. This thing is going to track here off to the northeast. We're going to have another surface low. It's going to develop here off to the south and west. This is going to set up a deep southwesterly flow regiment. It's going to result in copious amounts of moisture arriving out of the deep south and out of the Gulf. All right, we got the ingredients in place here with a cold front providing the needed lift. Got upper level winds that's working in our favor as well to provide that needed lift. And with the deep moisture that's available as well, we're going to have to keep eyes on things. We do have a few question marks, but we'll jump into the exact setup here very shortly. First and foremost, let's look at the lead up to this setup. Today, winds are going to be relatively calm, not too bad whatsoever, but we get into our Thursday and look at these southwesterly winds. Magnitude of 25 to 35 plus miles an hour by the time we work into Thursday afternoon, continuing all the way our Thursday night as well. And then we get the line of showers and storms that's going to be anticipated here arriving from the west as we roll very late into our Thursday night, even into the pre-dawn hours of our Friday morning, all right? So we're going to have these strong southwesterly winds, a few hit-miss showers to deal with in the Thursday afternoon time frame, and then that's going to be following suit with our strong and severe storm setup. Today, we're going to be looking at highs topping out right around the 60-degree mark, somewhere between 60 and 65 degrees. But look, as we get into our Thursday with those deep southwesterly winds, folks, we're going to be pushing highs to near 70 degrees again for January 8th. That is very impressive. We're talking around 20 plus degrees above average for this time of year, right? So now let's talk about the complete setup. Here's what's going to be going on at the surface here whenever our strong and severe storm chances arrive. This is what's going to be going on in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. We got this jet streak, this monster trough that's digging down here across the western and central U.S. Got this ridge building in here out of the south and east. That is what is encouraging and promoting that deep southwesterly flow. You will note here as we work through our Thursday night into our Friday, we got that jet streak riding right along in north and east right here across the lower Ohio Valley. We've got this that is promoting lift within the atmosphere. We're going to have divergence aloft whenever we see the lee side of these troughs that pour through here. And in combination with that, we're going to have other ingredients that are available as well. But there does remain question marks. One of the big question marks we have is our instability Keep your eyes down here right from the south and west, all right here along the Gulf Coast, and take a look at the instability tongue reach up and just scrape our vicinity by the time that we work in to our Thursday night into Friday morning. Here it comes. It's showing some encouraging signs, and then the line moves eastward, and we get this little bitty blip of 100 to 200 grams per kilogram of CAPE. That is our storm energy, our storm fuel, if you will. It's just insufficient. That is a big question mark. Shear is going to be overloaded. The change of wind speed and direction and height is going to be picture perfect. We're going to have moisture and dew points up to right around the lower 60s. That's more than efficient to support severe weather. But question marks remain with the lapse rates and with, in particular, as you can see here, our instability is going to be next to nothing whenever this moves through. Now, we've already experienced a few of these events back in December with an overload of shear with these winter-type setups. We can't rule out the opportunity of damaging winds and also brief spin-up tornadoes along the leading edge of the lines as they move through here. We refer to those as mesovortices. You get a line of storms that's blowing in right along the leading edge. You'll get these little bouts of rotation that can move through along with it, all right? So nothing's set in stone, but we're definitely going to need to keep our close eye on things here late Thursday into the Friday time frame. In addition to the potential for damaging straight line winds and some spin-up tornadoes, we have got the opportunity to see some rather efficient rain being dumped out of this weather maker as well. Take a look at this. This is precipitable water values. If you were to take a column out of the atmosphere up over top of your head and wring it out, that's how much water is going to be on the ground. And take a look here. Thursday night into our Friday morning, look at the readings of these precipitable water values. The Euro is spitting off nearly 1.5 inches of precipitable water. Folks, to put that into context, we're talking about the 95th, 99th percentile of precipitable water readings for this time of year. Atmosphere is going to be overloaded with moisture with some training storms and some showers. It's going to linger from Thursday afternoon all the way through Saturday morning. We could be looking at a pretty good amount of rainfall coming along with this as well, right? So I want to jump back over here and I want to break down the latest in terms of our severe weather guidance. We have our machine learning capabilities, our analog guidance, and the Storm Prediction Center all on board with pointing towards the opportunity of strong and severe storms impacting the region here across the area. To mirror this, here's the latest outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. You can see we have the entirety of the Wobbles community included in a marginal risk of severe storms. That's a level 1 out of 5. Again, damaging winds, weak tornado spin-up can't be rolled out. That slight risk just south and west of us, right there scraping the southwestern edge of the Nashville metro, this could be expanded to include us. So again, we're going to be keeping close eyes on the model guidance here over the course of today into tonight on into our Thursday as well. But this is a finicky weather setup that I really think that we need to keep close eyes on. As we were previously talking about, the amount of precipitable water and moisture transport that's going to be involved with this particular weather system, we're going to be looking at anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of total rainfall before this is all said and done. We've been relatively dry here across the region, so I think our soils will be able to hold up. Maybe some minor localized flooding here and there, but I think for the most part, soil should be able to handle that with some relative ease. Jumping over here and taking a look at the latest for your full 6-day weather forecast breakdown. Loads of sunshine today, folks. Calm winds, highs near the low to mid 60s. Get out there and enjoy it. If your buddy Landon gets an opportunity, I'm going to go out and toss some disc around on the disc golf course. Clouds thicken up throughout our Thursday with very brisk southwesterly winds, taking highs to near the 70-degree mark on Thursday. Maybe a few hit-and-miss showers during the afternoon. Widespread showers and storms, some strong to severe Thursday night into very early Friday morning. Still going to top out near 70 degrees on Friday as well. And then we get the cold front that blasts through Friday night. Folks, you see a high on Saturday there of 60 degrees. That might be achieved just after midnight, very early Saturday morning. We're going to be looking at strong northwest winds taking over with the passing of that secondary cold front. Bottom's going to drop out and our temperatures are absolutely going to tank. We'll be looking at probably 30s throughout the vast majority of our Saturday with northwest winds pegging wind chills down to the 20s for some. And then we roll into our Sunday and Monday, highs down between the upper 30s up to around the lower 40s with some more sunshine coming back into the mix for us. Friends, it's going to wrap up your Wednesday morning hump day edition of your Weather or Not forecast presented by On Target. You all take care of yourselves and each other. Have a fantastic